Okay, where were we? Well, welcome back to another Las Vegas video. So let's get on board a plane and go.
Time to enjoy all the Bellagio has to offer.
Ah, that's right, the Bellagio. It's been a few years since I last stayed here, so I thought it was about time that I checked it out again. Come join me and let's see how the Bellagio is stacking up these days. When walking through the front entrance, you can immediately see the attention to detail that was put into it. The spacious front desk lobby sets an airy and bright tone. While it can become busy during check-in and check-out times, there are also an ample amount of self-service kiosks that one can use to check in with. Hey look, Patch the monkey! No Jimothy though. Of course, the centerpiece of the lobby is a massive glass sculpture that adorns the ceiling, the Flowers of Como. Look straight up from underneath it and you will appreciate the differing composition it has, opposed from viewing it from afar. As I provide a short walkthrough of the perimeter of the casino floor, here are some fun facts. Las Vegas icon Steve Wynn began construction of the Bellagio in May of 1996, and it was opened a little over 2 years later in October of 1998. Signature attractions at the Bellagio include O by Cirque du Soleil, the Bellagio Conservatory and Botanical Gardens, the Bellagio Gallery of Fine Arts, as well as the aforementioned Flowers of Como, and of course, the iconic Fountains of Bellagio. The Bellagio cost approximately $1.6 billion to build, and it made it the most expensive hotel ever built, at least up to that point. Steve Wynn's concept for this resort was inspired by Bellagio, Italy on Lake Como. He wanted a taste of a European luxury resort. This was in contrast to the increasingly family-oriented, heavily themed casinos that were being built at the time. Ironically, today it stands as one of the last themed hotels on the Strip. His newer properties seem to be moving away from that theme motif. Of course, the most recognizable feature of the Bellagio has to be the Fountains of Bellagio. This musical fountain show goes off every 30 minutes during the day, starting around noon or 3 o'clock, depending upon the day, and every 15 minutes at night up until midnight. This $40 million spectacle has nearly 5,000 lights with jet streams that can reach up to 460 feet in the air. With approximately 22 million gallons of water, its surface area is about the equivalent of 13 football fields. Yeah, chew on that for a while. There are many choices for big name / elegant dining options on property. Michael Mina, Yellowtail Japanese Restaurant, and Jasmine all provide elegant cuisine options. Some of the upscale restaurants also provide views for watching the fountains as you dine. Among them are Wolfgang Puck's Spago, Prime Steakhouse, Lago, and Mayfair Supper Club. You may want to note, however, in order to get a prime fountain view experience, many if not all now have a minimum food order of at least $100 per person from what I saw. I also have to give an RIP shout out to Le Cirque, which will have its final service on August 23rd of 2026. More casual options can be found in Noodles, Sadelle's Cafe, The Buffet, Palio, The Patisserie, Cafe Gelato, and Snacks. And for nightclub entertainment, there is Pinky Ring by Bruno Mars. There are also a number of high-end shopping opportunities as well as a fitness center on property.
If you could stay another minute and just hold me close to you.
The pool area at Bellagio is rather unique on the Strip. Rather than having one or perhaps two pools, Bellagio comprises of 5 pools of differing sizes and 4 hot tubs stretching over 2 acres of property. These pools are primarily for Bellagio hotel guests. The pool setup provides guests with more intimate design, with landscape courtyards presenting slightly different atmospheres. The pool complex also has a poolside cafe and bar, Como. It offers a variety of cooling beverages, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, as well as small bites. There are numerous complimentary lounges for hotel guests, but these are subject to availability. As with many Las Vegas strip pools, shade and seating during busy periods is a practical issue. I would recommend to get there early and take advantage of the complimentary loungers while they are available. If you wish to have an even quieter upscale experience, there is a Cypress pool area. This area is an 18 and over, reservation-only space that provides umbrellas and personal food and beverage service. Reserving a cushioned lounge chair can range from about $60 to $150, depending upon the date and availability. When I was here, the going rate was $85. There are also cabanas available to rent in the various pool areas. The pools at Bellagio are definitely intended to provide a more luxurious and resort-like atmosphere, rather than a large pool party. If you want to soak in the sun and relax, this is the place. For a late lunch, I landed on Noodles, where they had wonton noodles with shrimp dumplings that really hit the spot. The Conservatory is one of the sites I usually visit every time I'm in Vegas. Why? Well, just take a look. The summer display is a jungle-inspired installation, the watering hole. Under this 14,000 square foot, 50-foot high glass ceiling, you'll find lions, tigers, giraffes, monkeys, as well as a number of other jungle creatures constructed with thousands of different plant and natural materials. Since this display changes 5 times a year, you can expect to see a different theme every season, plus Lunar New Year. It is always a mind-blowing, beautiful display here, and the reason I try to make it a must-see, no matter the theme. I decided to venture outside for dinner to Ryuramen in Chinatown. This interior design makes me long for the restaurants in Tokyo. It's beautifully designed with unique seating areas. I had the omiwasu, or omelet over fried rice, covered with curry sauce, with pork tonkatsu. For dessert, I enjoyed a cherry blossom jelly. The whole meal transported me back to Japan for a brief minute. A couple of nice touches at the end of my dinner came in the form of a deck of cards and a wish ornament. Customers are asked to write a wish or message on a small wood plank. This plank is then hung by an employee on a massive wood tree in the center of the room, in hopes that your wishes come true. I had booked a Premier King room. From the elevator, I found that I was assigned a room at the end of a very long hallway. I got my steps in though. The benefit of having a room at the end of the hall meant that I shouldn't experience any hallway noise in the middle of the night. As you might expect, 2 a.m. silence in the hallways can sometimes be a rarity in Vegas.
We could be a part of something new if we only stand together now. We know just what to do. And every single day I stand and stare at your house upon the riverside to see if you
Natural stone, granite, and marble adorn the bathroom. I found it to be spacious. It is equipped with an oversized shower and a dual sink vanity.
Eyes make me turn away from all the lies and return to you again. It's a fool's kind who never sees the right way in the mind. This is where I feel okay. This is where I'm staying.
The bed is a premium handcrafted king mattress and is fitted with high-count sheets, fluffy duvet, and ultra-comfortable pillows. It'd make for an excellent night's sleep.
And the time when your cool eyes make me turn away from all the lies and return to you again.
Breakfast was had at Sadelle's Cafe, found inside the Conservatory area. I'm also trying out as many different mocktails as I can. The recommended alcohol-free beverage at Sadelle's was their Golden Hour Spritz. Thumbs up! Since this is a bit of an elevated cafe, I ordered the Bellagio Benedict adorned with French trout roe caviar. The highlight meal experience at Bellagio was definitely Michael Mina. He used to have the same restaurant in San Francisco that I was able to enjoy a couple of times. But alas, they shuttered the doors in SF to move the celebrity chef's eating experience to Las Vegas. It can be found now in the back of the area of the Conservatory next to Sadelle's Cafe. Reservations are recommended, but I personally had no problem booking an 8 o'clock table on a Wednesday night. On the recommendation of my waiter, I enjoyed a mocktail made up of zero-proof gin injected with apple and raspberry. The gin complemented the sweet fruit flavors nicely. From beginning to end, the meal and service was top-notch. I even found the bread service to be quite memorable, as the bread spreads were to die for. Everything I ate was a foodie's delight. Excellent meal overall, and I will return. Okay, here unfortunately is the low light of my dining experiences, the buffet at Bellagio. I know, it's a buffet, so expectations should be lowered. But given Bacchanal and Wynn's Buffet's high standards and quality of food, I was hoping for the same from this buffet. My hopes are dashed. The variety of food was standard, nothing to write about. The beverages were self-serve, and the taste overall was just meh. Even the desserts were a bit underwhelming in flavor and quality. They have the traditional stations for brunch: salad bar, breakfast food items, carving station, Asian and Italian sections with pizza, the usual carbs of mashed potatoes and various breads, and a small cold seafood area. But again, the variety was not anything great. There was a highlight to the meal, however. I had the opportunity to meet and start chatting with a very nice couple from Boise who were seated next to me. It was nice to engage in some fun conversation while we ate. Sometimes we have to remember that it can be the company you eat with rather than the actual food that can make all the difference in a meal. So here are my final thoughts on the Bellagio in 2026. I utilized comp rates for my stay using my MGM Rewards card. Short PSA, if you're not already utilizing casino rewards cards, you should. I can't emphasize that enough. They tend to provide me with comp rooms or at least reduced rate rooms on every trip I take. While I still have to pay for those pesky resort fees, it still was a lot cheaper than paying for the regular room rate of around $400 per night here, which would also have had the resort fee added on to that price. So $55 versus $450 per night? You do the math. Take advantage of rewards cards. I thoroughly enjoyed my stay. All the staff greeted me with a smile and said hello or good morning. The bed allowed for the best sleep I've had in a while, and lounging around in a soft robe and slippers is never a bad feeling. Overall, I found the experience to be relaxing and pampering. Bellagio still stands as one of the premier resorts on the Strip for me. Its location really can't be beat either, as it sits pretty much in the middle of the heart of the Strip. Would you stay here? Let me know in the comments. Stay tuned, as I already have my next few stays lined up, including a stay downtown. Where should I go in the future? Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. Live your best life, all.